Hey guys, this is John and I'm playing RygelXVI in the 3-minute pool on ICC. My recorder didn't start right away. I'm not sure I got that name correct, but RygelXVI. Okay, let's play c4 here. I think black's best move here is e6, yeah, and we get a transposition into the Terrash. Let's see what I can do against this setup. I'm just going to play a simple move, bishop f4. Nothing fancy. My opponent's playing very fast. This is 3-minute. Tempted to take that pawn. Very tempted to take that pawn, but I'm going to try to leave it as a weakness for now and maybe go knight a4. I'm thinking. Let's kick this bishop first. Then this looks helpful because knight a4, maybe queen a6, which eyes a4 and also e2. So let's do this now and try to drop this knight in. Queen b5. Okay. Okay, so knight c5 doesn't actually threaten much. So maybe knight d4. Just checking for a second. Yeah, I like the look of knight d4, I think. Let's try it. And also try to make up some time on the clock. Can take on c1, and if I take with a rook, then grab e2, but a7 is loose. I feel like I might be coming out on top there. I could also take with the bishop. Ah, that move. Okay, so takes, and probably queen e5 after this. I assume he'll take with the pawn. Can also play queen takes a7. It's maybe even more challenging, huh? Yeah, let's go queen takes a7. Protect the knight this way. I'll block with the knight. Got the bishop pair. b7 is under attack twice by my queen and bishop. If queen b2, I'm thinking bishop e5. I want to guard this pawn. Yeah, let's do that. Queen d2 is possible. Nope, instead he goes there. Okay. Take on f6. I'm gonna go here though. Bishop c6 takes, queen d8. Knight back takes. I think this is simpler. I don't think he can get away with taking on e2 yet. But gotta speed up. Up a pawn with a good position, but gotta speed up. Just try to defend solidly. Now, do I play for the win here or not? I'm going to try this. I might regret this decision, but it looks interesting. If rook c8, I'm thinking queen a6. Maybe even queen takes b5, but probably queen a6. He could perhaps sack the exchange in some way, though. It's a little worrying. Okay, I'm going to try this. Again, might regret this decision, playing for the win. He doesn't even take it. Okay. So what now? Bishop e4, yeah. Okay, let's take. Wow.
Time warning.
Let's go here. Stopping knight f3. Looking for maybe queen f5 next. can take on a2. I'm thinking maybe here. Rook e2, that is. g6, queen f3. He can't take on c3. I have check on a8. That's important. I can just take that, though. All right. Now queen b8 and queen takes h6 are threats. Let's go here. Knight d2, I'm going to play e4. Take that. Now he has mate threats to worry about. Let's get this involved. And this king is pretty darn open.
Check. Check.
Okay, I got him in the end, although that was a time scramble right there. Yeah, just queen takes g7. I kind of slipped there with queen h7. But I'll take it, first game. So he played this provocative queen b6 move, knight b3, rook d8. I wonder if I can get away with taking on d5 here. Instinctively, it looks dangerous because after knight takes d5, bishop takes d5, he can attack my pinned bishop in a couple of ways, knight b4 or bishop e6. There's also even bishop h3 hitting the rook with tempo. So I think I shouldn't take. Yeah, the engine says the move I played in the game is fine. Rook c4 is a move I underestimated. I saw that it was possible, but I didn't think Black would go for it. a7 falls. When I say it's not as possible, like it was in the kind of the periphery of my calculations. If this was a longer game, I definitely would have looked at it more closely. I sort of assumed I would have enough resources against it. And maybe it's not a good decision. Yeah, queen takes a7, and I am up a pawn. Although the queen coming down to b2 was quite irritating. Maybe I focused on trying to keep c3 too much. Bishop e5 could be dubious. For sure, Black had play when he got in knight e4. Even though I remain up a pawn here, the weakness of f2 really tells. Yeah, and I decided to try to play for a win, but I had a feeling this was a risky decision. Okay, queen takes b5 was good for me. As I was thinking in the endgame, queen takes b5, bishop takes b5, knight takes f1, king takes f1. I've got 2 pawns for the exchange. My a pawn is coming up to a4. I think I have good chances there. c4 might fall. a5, a6, a7 is a simple plan. And it was messy after this. I'm sure we both missed stuff. Like here, apparently rook takes g4 is a draw. Yeah, rook takes g4, h takes g4, queen e4, check. That looks quite nasty, actually. You always have to be careful when your opponent is coordinating their queen and knight around your king. Once I got in queen f5, I was starting to feel better. It was just the clock was a huge issue at this point. Yeah, because now my king was safe, and Black's king was the one that was in jeopardy. Queen takes h6, queen b8 ideas. I'm sure there was some better way to finish this, but I'm just happy to have got the flag in time pressure, even though I lost my queen. All right, let's get back in the pool. I mentioned it was -3 degrees Fahrenheit here in Minneapolis yesterday, and it's been staying about that temperature or dipping even lower. It's just been really cold, so I've been trying to spend as much time as possible indoors around Christmas here. Although today, I did have the good fortune of going to see my 93-year-old great aunt, who I only see once every year or two. I went over there with my dad, my mom, and my brother to say hi to her. And, oh, adaptation. Okay, I got to focus this game. I got to interrupt my story about my great aunt because this is Fabiano Caruana, and he's playing a London system. So maximum focus. e6, looking for bishop d6. I don't think Black has any issues here. Just play h6, so knight h4 can be met by bishop h7 always. And let's get ready for b5. Okay, I'll come back here. And then maybe... you can play knight e5 against that. Maybe take first. Then queen here. just want to control this e5 square a bit better before sending my knight into c4. I did play Fabiano a couple days ago in the 3-minute pool, and he absolutely destroyed me. I wasn't recording that day. It was a pretty quick session. So hopefully I can try to make up for it. He's so fast, and, you know, he's a super GM, number like 4 in the world right now. So tough opponent. I want to go for e5 soon if I can. I wonder if I can play it right now. e5 takes, knight takes c4, queen takes c3. That's actually looking like it might work out. Now he has knight d5 though. Let's go here. Got to get ready for that move. Got to prep it. Bishop e4. Not really working out. He's just a bit better here. I'm going to try to gain some space, maybe. Could be a weakening move. I'm not sure about that one. Okay. Maybe now e5. Is now the time. No. At the very least he can... Okay, let's go here. All right. G4. G4, I want to play knight d5 after that. Looks like for the moment I'm holding things, but I don't know how long that's going to last. And then bishop a8, wow. Bishop a8. Take, rook a6. It's a weird position. I think he wants some knight f5 business, maybe. I'm looking for rook b8.
Check.
Yeah. I think I misplayed that. So now his rook can come to a1.
Check.
At some stage here.
Time warning.
Yeah, that's a big problem. All right, I'll take because I don't see much else to do. Check, I'm going to play knight g8. Hope for something. Realistically, though, too far down on the clock. Yeah, plays a calm move. Check followed by bishop h7 probably wins.
Check.
Got a couple useless checks like queen d1, but that's about it. Yeah, that's over. Okay. So he played fast and confident, and I played hesitantly and not so well, I think right around here. Once this queen was on a7. I have a feeling this position somehow might be okay. Probably rook b6 was just an awful move. I was looking for rook b8, but I think in reality I should play something more aggressive like rook a3. It's actually pretty good that my rook is attacking his bishop on a8. Because for the moment, because his queen is having to do double duty, guard the bishop, and also facilitate knight f5 if that's what he's aiming for, He's not threatening that move. Since knight f5, I could take it with my bishop, he takes with the queen, and then I take the bishop. And just giving up the a file was simply bad. I think I should play knight e4 or rook a3, probably one of those two moves. Let's just check real quick. Yeah, knight e4, and black is clearly better, but that's what can happen if you get down on time in Blitz, let alone against a super grandmaster, one of the best in the world. Okay, well, let's get back in there because there's a chance I could get paired with him again. I like this setup, though, for black. I've used this sort of setup many, many times against the London system. You guys know the London system is super hot right now. I feel like it's like Hansel, so hot right now. What is that movie? Zoolander? But yeah, the London system is super hot right now. And if you play d4, d5, I think this is a pretty good remedy. Just trying to trade for the d4 pawn as quick as possible using your c pawn. So c5, take on d4. You get this fixed structure. It's not as dynamic as other London system positions, but I think black should be perfectly happy with that because you get like a Queen's Gambit declined reversed, which should be just absolutely harmless for the most part. Okay, colchonero. Let's play a Sicilian. Open Sicilian it is. Always fun to play one of the best players in the world, though. I mean, can't complain about that, right? Okay, so here we have a dragon setup by transposition. This is an intriguing line with white retreating the bishop, the knight rather, to e2. Just play a6, that's always helpful. And I'll try to drop this knight in on c4 at some stage. Or maybe play b5 here, I don't know. Well, actually, let's take first. He takes with the knight. Okay. Maybe here. Maybe I can bait him into playing f3. I don't know how much that benefits me, but it does block out his bishop. Okay, let's go here. Stop this bishop from developing. I still might continue with b5. It seems to make a little less sense now that my rook is on c8. Okay, so here I could take on d5. Does that really achieve much? Not that I see. Probably just queen d7. Yeah, let's do that. Maybe someday bishop h3 is facilitated. Okay, let's play this now. And if I can wrest control of the a file away, rook a8 coming up, I'll be happy. Okay. I think I like this. Attack d5 another time. Rook d1 seems sensible. Plays the knight back. Okay. All right, let's go here. Hitting f3. He can defend that easily, but I want to buy some time to defend b5. Although now b5 is not really threatened, but f4 could be threatened. Yeah, that could be the point. Okay, let's just go rook here. If f4, knight c6, maybe followed by b4. I like my position. rook f(c8) next move. Rook f(c8) or knight c6. And this is what I tend to do too. Start burning time, more than 30 seconds. You spend more than 30 seconds in a 3-minute game, that's the kiss of death. That just seems to lose a pawn, right? What's the point here? Yeah, there was no point. Okay, let's still go here. Hit the queen. And try to connect those pawns. This bishop is glued to the defense of b2. And I have a beautiful pawn chain here. Really, really nice chain. He's still tied down to the defense. He's looking for f5. Yeah, that's about his only counterplay. Try to trade for this rook. He doesn't want to trade, so... Let's go here. If he takes, I take f6. Let's take that. Come back.
Check.
Check again. I think I can go there.
Check.
That doesn't seem to work at all. I've got h8 guarded twice. So, yeah, he just ran out of time towards the end. This feels like it should be a winning position. Maybe I should have done something about f4, g4, f5. But I just started playing fast because I was up a pawn. There didn't seem to be too much danger. Okay. So, as I was saying, this line is a bit rare for white. It is possible to play like this. The move knight e2 looks strange, but white is essentially arguing that they're going to have more space in the middle game. I think primarily due to these pawns on the 4th rank. e4, a4, controlling some key Sicilian squares, d5, b5. But black has a compact position, relatively free of weaknesses. And I think I did a good job of probing him, and my knight proved to be pretty annoying in this case, and he didn't really come up with a good plan in the middle game. And he did what I've been really trying to avoid in these 3-minute games, which is spend like an inordinate amount of time. Certainly, you know, you should almost never spend more than 30 seconds in a 3-minute game. That's just the kiss of death. Okay, let's get back in there. I wonder if Fabiano's playing adaptation. Yeah, he is. He's playing 1 minute. We'll take a look at this game for a second. Actually, let me close out of these boards and make that bigger. There we go. So he's been pretty active on ICC the past few days. Makes sense because he's not playing the World Blitz and Rapid, so he's probably just hanging out at home for the holidays. I want to say he lives in New York now. New York or St. Louis, one of the two. So he's probably got a little downtime, and even though he's 2,800, he does what the rest of us do, which is play chess online for fun. It's cool to see. Now, 2740 in the 1 minute pool is just a massive rating. I don't know that I've been over 2,700. I might have been over 2,700 once, very briefly. But at 2740, I would be shocked if he was not the #1 player on ICC and Bullet right now, in the 1 minute pool, that is. Here, his king looks a little open, but black is running out of checks. Okay, queen h2, but I think white's going to get there first. And also white has 0.7 seconds, so white could throw in bishop g7 right here and just be completely winning. So I'm still in the pool. I'm really tempted to type 1 right now because Fabiano might be playing also. I have a feeling he is. I'm going to type 1 and see if I can get him for a game. I know this is a Blitz video, but you never know. Yep, there we go. Oh, but it's 3 minute. All right, even better. So let's just play fast, John. Play fast. Don't hesitate too much. Just play natural moves. And whatever happens, happens. Just don't get too far down on the clock. Okay, let's play h3. Stop knight g4. Let's break. And defend. Queen d3 looks appropriate. And I think the e file will be a battleground, so let's prep for that. I don't know if I can do that. Bishop d4, he takes. Let's just go here. Okay, I'll take g4 maybe. Let's play it. He's threatening to take on d5. Gotta stop that. Defend this weakness. I don't want to give up the f5 square. He's getting a lot of play now, though. Let's bring the king up. Okay, I think now I'll play this. Need to get this piece figured out. It's not doing a whole lot. But also rearranging my rook seems helpful. Okay, I'm going to sack a pawn. We'll see if he bites. So it looks like I get some comp there. If he does take, bishop takes, knight takes, d5 could be played. But I like my dark square bishop in that case. Yeah, so he's not going to take it yet. Okay, let's do this. I think next I have to play f4, probably followed by knight f3. That was a little surprising. Bishop c8. Not quite sure about his maneuvers here. Okay, because now knight d4, maybe drop the knight into e6 is a plan. That looks pretty juicy. Let's get out of the way. So try to pump up knight e6. Okay. Yeah, that's good if I take. I could have taken c7. Foolish. And he still has kind of an issue guarding that. Okay, let's go here. I'm going to guard this pawn. Time is good. Go after d6.
Check. Check.
Okay.
Check. 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 Check.
Gotta watch bishop takes c3 ideas.
Time check.
Let's go here. Not quite sure where I'm going with this knight, though.
Check. Check.
Draw.
No draw.
Check. Check.
All right, got him. Yeah, poor technique at the end, but hey, got the flag. The only thing I think I missed in that conversion phase, well, okay, not down the stretch, of course, but right here, when I started to get a nice position, I didn't realize that c7 was hanging immediately. I was trying to prevent bishop takes b2, and it's possible that c3 is still a good move, but I kind of slow played it. I wonder if he could have somehow defended c7, but it looks like the only way he can do that is if he takes on d5 first and then tries to stick his rook on e7. But you know what I think the problem is? So say the position right after I played c3. If ever he plays knight takes d5, I think I can play e7 right there, hitting his rook. So let me just illustrate that. Yeah, so right here, c3. This move might not be so bad because if he takes, then I think I can do this. And if rook takes, I just take and he's still pinned. And if rook f7, bishop takes d5 and he's pinned. So in fact, c3 might not be so bad. Let me just check the engine eval here quick. Okay, knight takes c7 is best, but I bet c3 doesn't spoil much. Still +2. Yeah, and my technique was not the best once we got here, but
check.
He's pretty quick. I could tell he was just playing fast, so I was trying to, not allow him too much counterplay and not get behind on the clock. But this should have been a very easy win. I think I allowed him way too much play around here.
Check. Check.
Somehow when you're playing a strong player, you tend to give them a bit more respect. I don't know if I was doing that in this time scramble, but
check. Check.
I have a feeling confidence-wise, I would just feel like I would win much easier here against almost anyone else except a super GM. Like he's got an almost naked king and bishop against my rook and knight. He's down a pawn, but somehow he was able to fight on from here.
Check. Check.
All right, I ended up winning in the end. Yeah, fun game. I felt like he was better in the middle game, though. So if we back up to, I don't know, right around here, where he played knight d7, his position is weakness-free, and I'm a bit overextended. d5 is a clear target. He's got the c5 square. g4 is weak. Felt like maybe, moves like rook f8. Certainly bishop c8 surprised me a lot. Like I didn't really see the point of that move. His bishop looks good on b7 to me, attacking d5. I was just going to try to play f4 next. And it would have been interesting if he grabbed the pawn. So where was it? Like right about here. I wonder if he can play bishop takes c3 followed by taking on d5. I think I get a lot of play for the pawn there. Maybe one of my rooks can come to e7 eventually in that line, but that's something he should consider. Okay. I think I'm just going to play one more game. Oh, man. I did not mean to type 2. I typed 2 by accident, and I got a 25-minute game. I meant to type 3. I offered to abort the game because I didn't mean to do this. Okay. All right, I'm just going to resign because I don't care about my 25-minute rating. I'm down to 1560, 25-minute. Very sad, but all right. Want to get back in the 3-minute pool and play one more game. Whew, okay, let's take another look at that game while we can. Yeah, Swollen Monkey. I am recording, so you'll see this. Yeah, I think I overextended. I think d5 was mistimed. This move doesn't look too wise at this exact moment. The setup is a bit tricky to play against. So optically, it looks great for white. You've got the space advantage with pawns on e4, d4. Good development. You're castled. What's not to like? But again, black doesn't have many weaknesses. And if white's going to use that space advantage, it has to be in the form of a pawn break. And the pawn break that's most obvious here, d5, just led to my pawn getting overextended, I think. So I think that was the wrong approach, and I probably need to build up further here. You know, maybe queen d2, bring some rooks to the center, queen d2, rook d1, maybe eventually d5, or maybe queen d2 looking for bishop h6. Kind of counterintuitive to trade pieces when you have a space edge, but it is possible. Yeah, fun game though. So still looking for one more 3-minute game, then I'm going to call it a session. Just watching a game right now. Yeah, so now if rook b1, if the player playing white plays rook b1, bishop takes a2 will be the answer. Knight g5 is a good response, I think. Asking this bishop where it wants to go. And now there's even bishop d5 shots. Probably first rook b1 though. Unless white can... I don't know, maybe white was going to get something down the h-file there. Okay, the Belgian Butcher is the last opponent. Let's see what the Belgian Butcher has for us. Just occupying the center. Just a simple arrangement of pieces. Queen c7. Let's play b5. I played this way recently in a game and it worked out well. So let's try it again. Don't think I want to grab e4. There could be trouble on this diagonal, so probably best not to do that. Go here. Just get out of the way of any bishop a5 business. Drop this guy back. Maybe knight c5 coming up. Knight c5 just kind of taking an eye at e4 again. Knight d5. So I can take that. Knight d5, he takes. Yeah, let's do it. Then I'm thinking either bishop g6 or maybe e4. e4 is interesting, but yeah, let's play bishop g6. Ah, okay, you can just do that. Oh, I have to play this move, I think. If he takes c5, I take f5, so that's fine at least. Yeah, he takes g7. All right. Try to even up the material here. There's also queen here. I think I like the look of that even better. Try to win his c5 bishop. Should be a good trade, and maybe I can pick off this d pawn. Yeah, try to isolate that pawn. It's also e3. Okay, let's do this. And here I have queen e5. Can also play rook takes g3, but I think queen e5 is even better. Hit the rook and hit g3 twice.
Check.
Take with check. And he just resigned. Is it immediately winning, though? I mean, king h1. And I can pick up b3. So say king h1, rook takes b3, c takes b3, queen takes b3. I should be able to neutralize the d-pawn, I think, but I don't know if it was resignable quite yet. Let's just see. See what the computer has to say. Yeah, minus 2.7. So a significant advantage, but I don't see a clear knockout after king h1. Unless there's some sort of bishop e4 shot. Nah, not really going to work. Yeah, so I would have played on. So white's coordination was lacking right about here. E3 take, rook takes. I think queen f2 is probably best. Or queen d4, as the computer says. But I thought queen f2 was maybe advisable. Because now we hit that loose rook and pick up a key pawn. Okay, so let's tabulate the results of this session. 6 games, I went 5 games. If we don't count the resignation against G-Stad, the 25 plus 10 game. So 5 games, I went 4-1 with the loss to Fabiano, but I took revenge in the next game. I might be the highest rated classical player I've ever beaten, unless I played Magnus or something and didn't know it. So always good to get a scalp. All right, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Again, I'll be making some videos this week. I've got a little time on my hands, and I've been really enjoying playing. So I want to play good players and continue to improve, even if the time controls are shorter. I mean, you can't read too far into blitz and bullet results, but when you feel confident and you think you're playing well in classical, usually that's reflected in the faster time controls as well. So hopefully that's a good sign. All right, guys, take it easy, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.